Captain's Log 200610.2. As a treat for getting out of the toxic sludge from last week, I have replicated myself some raspberry yum yum donuts. Now my tentacles feel very sticky, and I can't get the sugar off. All hope is lost. So I had an intended target for this video, and in fact have been sitting on this target for nearly 2 weeks. However, yesterday trending on Twitter was some breaking news that caught my eye to the point where I had to take a step back and be like, oh whoa, what do we have here? Miss Hitler, beauty pageant contestant, jailed for part in neo-Nazi terror group. Now I don't know about you, but when I see that title I get incredibly moist. So I feel like it only appropriate we shelve the intended target for this week for next week, although it might go back even further, as there was a body found on Chad Daybell's property, or human remains, as yet to be identified at time of recording, in favour, for this week, of Miss Hitler. Yes, we're definitely going to cover this one. Before that, there is a new video on Moistonian Live concerning Sadiq Khan wanting to erase London's history, with no level of irony while telling everyone to be taught about history, and pandering to BLM will end well for everyone. And I shall also be streaming Euro Truck Simulator 2 on Twitch tonight, both linked down below. So who is Miss Hitler? Yeah, this video got demonetized pretty fast. Miss Hitler is Alice Cutter. Alice Cutter was a member of National Action. National Action, courtesy of the then Home Secretary Amber Rudd in December 2016, was dubbed a racist, anti-Semitic and homophobic organization and was banned from existing. There were many members, and they had many ideas, ideals and values that were a bit spicy. Alice Cutter, or as she will now be known for the remainder of the video, Miss Hitler, along with 4 other members of National Action, were convicted for various crimes associated with being members of National Action and other related things. Stuff we will go into detail of, because seriously, Miss Hitler. It gets better, by the way. It really does. So National Action was banned in the UK after much of their actions came to light. You have protests with Nazi salutes, photos of weapons and Nazi literature, and that beauty pageant, which isn't a joke, by the way. It was originally alleged that Miss Hitler had entered the contest under the name of Buchenwald Princess. Buchenwald, for those who don't know, is a Nazi death camp which had a death toll in the 50,000 region. Quite an edgy name for a contest, and it was believed that Miss Hitler had entered into this beauty pageant to drive up recruitment for National Action. Here's a photo of her, with her favouriteest imagery ever. The Crown Prosecution Service revealed how officers, upon raiding a number of properties, found Nazi books, knuckle dusters, knives at the homes of Miss Hitler and Jones. Jones was her partner. He also being a member, yes, quite a classy one. This, by the way, this whole trial was actually a retrial because they messed up the first one. They cocked it up. Congratulations, by the way, police. During the sentencing, Judge Paul Farrar said that National Action was the most extreme neo-Nazi organisation to appear in the UK for many decades. Jones, her partner, ex-partner Mark Jones that is, was also a member of the BNP, but National Action were the most extreme. Good to know. During her trial, Miss Hitler had claimed that she had never considered herself a member, even before the ban, despite video footage showing her attending meetings with group leaders and posing for Nazi-style salutes on the steps of Leeds Town Hall in 2016, along with a demo in May of 2016 in York, which she also denied attending, but again, video evidence. Because their phones were seized, as were their messages and emails, which showed Miss Hitler joking about gassing synagogues and using Jews' heads as footballs. Just want to show you something I found quite fascinating, released by the West Midlands Police. It's this his and hers swastika knitwear worn by Mark Jones. Oh dear Lord. In another and separate exchange with another member of National Action, on the day after the murder of MP Jo Cox, they reference the politician as someone who should rot in hell and then insert profanity here. I want to talk about Mark Jones for a brief bit. The prosecutors described him as a leader and strategist, and that he had the nickname Mr. Angry. I can't imagine why. Jones posted messages on Telegram as Granddaddy Terror. He was the London regional organiser and a key designer for the group's propaganda artwork. In court, he had accepted that he had posed for a photograph doing a Nazi salute in Buchenwald's execution room during a trip to Germany in April and May 2016. He was also holding a National Action flag while he did that. Oh, Jesus. Mark Jones claimed that he carried out the salute as a controversial statement, having also taken a selfie in the camp's ovens where thousands of murdered Jews had been incinerated. During the evidence, he told jurors how he had feelings of admiration for Adolf Hitler. Before it emerged, he had a special wedding edition of Mein Kampf. This is it. Very special. In court, both Mark Jones and Miss Hitler described themselves as avowed National Socialists and denied any wrongdoing. Unsurprisingly, the jury found them unanimously guilty after less than 9 hours of deliberation in a trial that lasted 10 weeks. Another person who was a member of the group, Gary Jack, while denying he took photographs on his phone of graffiti that read "Gas the Jews," also confessed that he was, along with being a Nazi, a cultural Marxist, and that he considered himself a non-violent liberal in the pre-ban group, and claimed that he was not a racist, despite messages showing him saying, "First area in Birmingham that needs ethnic cleansing, Handsworth." That's a location, by the way. He believed it to be a tongue-in-cheek remark. Doesn't really help him, does it? Along with threatening to curb stomp someone for being black. During the sentencing, Judge Paul Farrar said National Action was formed in 2013 and was the most extreme neo-Nazi organisation to appear in the UK for many decades. It was a revolutionary movement and was engaged in racist and political violence. Its aims included the creation of a white state in the UK, which would be ethnically cleansed. It prepared violent propaganda and posted messages which said Adolf Hitler was right to murder gays and Jews. A member of National Action praised her killer, i.e. Jo Cox, and the National Action Twitter account did the same thing. So what were the sentences? I'm going to go through each member because it seems only appropriate. Gary Jack was jailed for 4.5 years. Connor Scoffin was handed an 18-month sentence. Mark Jones, the leader, was jailed for 5.5 years. Daniel Ward was given 3 years. And Alison Cutter, aka Miss Hitler, was sentenced to 3 years in prison, so out in 18 months, and based on the fact she and Mark Jones hugged it out before they were both taken away, even though they're exes, I can be sure, given the chance, they'll probably hook up again. My sentence, by the way, spend the rest of your life being the little bitch to the very people you discriminated against. Be their slaves, their toys, let them do to you whatever they want, along with completing your 3-year sentence and all the other sentences you got, because seriously, it's hilarious. After 3 years, I'd like you to try and do your beauty pageant thing again. I'm sure prison will treat you so well. With this, with Miss Hitler, I'd very much like to know what you think. There's a reason I've instant premiered this, by the way. Yeah, because there's no way this gets monetized. Before we finish, if you'd like to support this channel, please consider doing so. I'd greatly appreciate it. I have linked to Teespring down below. I think I reduced the prices as far as I could. Yeah. Anyway, if I don't see you on Twitch tonight, have a great Wednesday, and thank you all for listening.